I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about two different stories today. The latest one being Tom Brady and Belichick have had their first contract conversation. Okay? And this is from Pro Football Talk, and this is not even the main topic of this video. Tom Brady and Belichick finally talked. They connected by phone Tuesday to discuss the quarterback's impending free agency for the first time, according to Tom Kernan of NBC Boston. And the conversation was, quote, not particularly productive. It was unclear whether Belichick and Brady discussed any terms. According to Kernan, Belichick was, quote, all business, and spoke as if Brady is still under contract. Brady's contract expires March 18th. When he is scheduled to become a free agent, the Patriots can keep him from entering the market by signing the greatest of all time to a new deal. Several teams seemingly would have interest in Brady in free agency, with the Titans and possibly the 49ers being thrown out as possibilities. Of course, Brady hitting free agency doesn't preclude the Patriots from re-signing him. Now, the second one I want to talk about is Tom Kernan, Tom Brady to the Patriots or Titans, with the 49ers closing hard on the outside. Okay, and there's a couple things I want to cover on that. He said it's not a done deal that Tom Brady is leaving the Patriots. He was on with Adam Shine of Mad Dog XM Sirius. It's going to be either New England or Tennessee, and the 49ers are closing hard on the outside. Yes, the 49ers chatter is real, Kernan said, and it's a mutual thing with Brady interested in the 49ers and the 49ers interested in Brady. And then the 49ers would simply trade Jimmy Garoppolo back to the Patriots. That would be the best case scenario all around. Okay, so, and that's the main topic of this video. I am 44 years old. I have been a 49er fan since 1980. Now, I've done a couple of these Tom Brady 49ers videos, and in my last one, I said I was sort of getting lukewarm to the idea of Brady coming if we could get him on a 2-year deal. Flash forward 2 weeks later, I have decided I don't want him on the 49ers. I don't. If you take a objective step back, you do not trade out your 28-year-old up-and-coming quarterback for a 43-year-old. I don't care if he is the greatest of all time. Look, I understand the attraction far as Brady being a lifelong Niners fan, and I like Tom Brady. He might be my favorite active NFL player right now. But at 43, I don't want him quarterbacking my team. I have decided that. Look, the moment Jimmy G got put into the Niners as a starter, they were 0-10 and went 6-0. His first full year as a starter, the team goes to the Super Bowl, coming off of an ACL injury. Statistically speaking, Jimmy G had a better season than Tom Brady last year. And look, I understand Brady's got a lack of weapons, and I get that, and Jimmy G's got a lot of weapons. And he's got Kyle Shanahan. But all you need to know is Belichick wants this to happen. If he wants Jimmy G, guess what? I want to keep him because he is the smartest coach in all of football. All time. Okay? He's wanting this to happen. And you need to understand, if Brady comes in for 2 years, guess who you're getting after Brady? Kirk Cousins. That is Kyle Shanahan. That would be his end game. If Garoppolo doesn't work out, or when Tom Brady retires, Kirk Cousins is his end game. He loves Kirk Cousins. I don't. Okay, and I think Shanahan's a top 3 to 5 coach in all the league. I think he's a brilliant offensive mind. But that's not a combination I want to see, okay? I'd much rather see Jimmy G, if anything, a more fluid-moving, more accurate version, more willing to throw the ball down the field version of Kirk Cousins. I'd rather see him. We've already got him. He's in the system. Word has it, this is... God, I thought he was going to stay out of football business. That this is a Jed York and John Lynch in combo thing. Somebody was coming out of the combine. I was listening to a podcast. Might have been John Middlecoff or one of those guys. Bill Simmons. Could have even been Albert Breer. But word has it, the thing about it is almost none of the personnel men in football actually want Brady. None of the GMs, none of the coaches. And what this was pertaining to was Mike Mayock and the Raiders, okay, and John Gruden, because there's been Brady to the Raiders talk. And they were like, it's not any of them. It's all of the owners involved. Now, the one caveat was Tennessee. Because, look, I think Tom staying in New England or going to the Titans, it does make sense. Because there's all kinds of New England connections. Offensively, Mike Vrabel, weapons, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown. I get that for Brady, okay? But... you've got an offensive play caller in Kyle Shanahan that likes to run bootlegs and all this stuff that Brady doesn't run. And I understand you're going to incorporate some of his offense, but why go to all that trouble? You've got a good quarterback. You got a quarterback that tore New Orleans' asses up in New Orleans last year. People are forgetting about that. I went back and looked. He had 9 really good games. Jimmy Garoppolo did, where you could tell he pretty much won the game for them, passing the football himself. Yeah. I've heard Jimmy G can't win a game for you. That is a false piece of shit. Straight up. Go back and look at individual games. You can pick out the games where Jimmy G flat won the game for the Niners. Okay, it's not that hard. Go back, look at the individual games. People are making up all kinds of bullshit because they don't like that he dates a porn star. Well, that's too bad if your little PP insecurities, you don't like Jimmy G dating a porn star. That's ridiculous. What's that got to do with him playing quarterback? Nothing. But yeah, I've literally heard people say that when they're hating on Jimmy G. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I went there and I don't give a damn, okay? Good. I want my quarterback to go out, win, and go home and F the prom queen. That's exactly what I need my quarterback to do, okay? Look, if the personnel men don't necessarily want Tom Brady, doesn't that tell you something? It's the owners. Tom Brady brings a lot of money to the franchises. That's why the Chargers would be in, moving into the new stadium. That's why the Raiders would be in, moving to Las Vegas. Okay? Because I don't necessarily, from a personnel standpoint, I wouldn't give up on Derek Carr. Okay? And what I've heard on various podcasts is Mayock and John Gruden don't want to give up on Derek Carr. It's Mark Davis that wants Tom Brady. The owners are the ones trying to call the shots on signing Tom Brady because I've heard that Tom Brady could influx somewhere in the neighborhood of $300 million new dollars into a franchise. And I get that. I mean, business is business. I get that. But from a football standpoint, back to Jimmy G, you don't trade a 28-year-old quarterback. If Belichick could do this, he would do it in a second. That should tell you all you need to know. The smartest guy in football would do this in a second. Don't trade. Look, Brady could go out there and 9 games in next year, all of a sudden start throwing Peyton Manning ducks. Does anybody remember that? I do. It got ugly. Okay? So, don't do it. And the other thing to remember, in his career, Jimmy G has started less games than Baker Mayfield. Think about that. Jimmy G is nowhere close to his potential. He hasn't got anywhere close to what he's going to be. Get back to me when he's 31 or 32 and see what he looks like. Because I bet he's putting up some unbelievable numbers. And would it surprise me if we have won 1 or 2 Super Bowls by then? Nope. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. I think there's a good chance we see a rematch of this Super Bowl sometime in the next 3 years. The Super Bowl we just had. Peace, I'm out. You tell me what you think, Niner fans. Do you want Tom Brady, objectively speaking, to replace your 28-year-old starting quarterback that just went to the Super Bowl? Say it out loud. It doesn't make a lick of damn sense. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.